Welcome to Tasmania, Australia's island gem. In this adventure we take our trusty Troopy on the first big journey across rugged coastlines, ancient forests and charming towns in Tasmania. From breathtaking views to hidden gems and of course Bouddi leading the way, join us as we explore the must-see spots in West Tasmania. Traveling in our Troopy with our dog Bouddi, we are keeping our overland fun and budget friendly. If you're bringing your dog to Tasmania, make sure to check the pet requirements, including vaccinations, tapeworm treatment and a microchip. Don't forget to book a kennel in the ferry. With a bit of planning, you and your dog can enjoy all that Tasmania has to offer. We are Joseph, Martijn and our dog Bouddi. We have left the grind behind to embrace the freedom of life on the road, trading office chairs for camp chairs and deadlines for dirt roads. Guided by Devonport to travel in a purposeful manner towards a vague destination, we are here to share our journey, stories and tips for living adventurously. Hop in and join as we roam, explore and embrace the unexpected.
So exciting. We are
queuing for the boarding to the Spirit of Tasmania, Geelong. When bringing your dog on the Spirit of Tasmania, you need to indicate it in your booking and add a kennel. Later we found out that you can also leave your dog in your car. Since Bouddi is more comfortable there, we choose that option for the return trip. Additionally, your dog must be microchipped, have up-to-date vaccinations and be treated for tapeworm within 5 days before entering Tasmania. Just ask for a single dose and keep the invoice and statement as proof. It only costed us $5. You are not allowed to bring any fresh fruits or vegetables into Tasmania. Quick snack before we embark on the Spirit of Tasmania. As you can see, our windscreen has several stone chips and cracks. We'll be getting that sorted while we are in Tasmania.
Have you got your white tag?
Thank you.
That's all right. If there's an issue during the voyage, they'll come and get you.
Okay.
But the security guards check on them every 2 hours.
Bye Bouddi, have a good trip.
You'll be okay, Bouddi, yeah?
Bouddi wasn't too happy with the accommodation and rather preferred to get up with us to the upper decks. On the upper decks you'll find restaurants, bars, game areas, travel agents and a recliner chair area. You can also book your own private huts.
How's the business class? You checking it?
In the morning we are keen to be reunited with Bouddi and start the adventure. We are getting off the ship and arrive in Devonport.
We just arrived here in Tasmania, and of course one thing to do first is
Stocking up with fresh fruit and vegetables, as we weren't allowed to bring any into Tasmania. Our first impressions of Tasmania are fantastic. It feels like stepping back in time, with a more relaxed vibe compared to the mainland. Not long before we encountered an echidna crossing the road. So fresh off the boat, first campground in Tasmania. Beautiful here on the river Leven. It's just a little bit like 45 minutes drive, I think, from the ferry, Devonport. Yeah. And it's beautiful here, dog friendly, it's free, and it's just along the river here. And we already saw a platypus earlier, which is really cool. So yeah, really a good first night.
Yeah, and already saw at Wiki Camp that there's a lot of option pre-campground here in Tasmania. So plenty of option that won't break your bank. So that's gonna be exciting.
The next morning we woke up with the sound of the river. And the smell of coffee. We are picking a few short walks in the area that are dog friendly. The first stop is Preston Falls. Next stop is Leven Canyon with 2 beautiful lookouts and a nice campground to stay overnight.
We're going for a platypus hunt, and this is the first catch right here at Latrobe. This is the biggest platypus ever that you can see in the whole Australia. It's massive.
This conservation area is an amazing place to spot platypus, especially early in the morning or about 30 minutes before sunset. The platypus is one of Australia's most fascinating creatures. An egg-laying mammal with a duck bill, webbed feet and a beaver-like tail. These quirky animals are expert swimmers, using their bill to hunt for food in the water with incredible precision. And we were lucky enough to spot one in action. Arriving in Stanley, Tasmania's northwest, we are greeted by the iconic The Nut. A volcanic plug offering stunning views, known for its rich history, colonial architecture and vibrant fishing community. Stanley is a must-see spot in Tassie. The cool weather in Tasmania means that we can leave Bouddi in the car a bit longer during hikes. Since it's his home, he's comfortable. Of course, we wouldn't do this in warm weather. Watching carefully, huh? Tasmanian traditional thick English pork sausages.
Sounds delicious.
There's also a viewing platform where friendly local volunteers help visitors watch the penguin colony return to shore at sunset. They use red lights to avoid disturbing the penguins, creating a peaceful and memorable experience. Next, we hit the Tarkin Drive, one of Tasmania's most scenic routes. This drive takes you through the heart of the Tarkin, a vast wilderness area known for its rugged landscapes, ancient rainforests and a diverse wildlife. It's a true adventure for nature lovers, offering stunning views and a glimpse into Tasmania's wild side. Here in the Tarkin Reserve, doing the Tarkin Drive, and our first stop, Trowata Arch. Very beautiful environment. The Tarkin area is generally dog friendly as it's not a national park. However, not all walks allow dogs, so Bouddi enjoyed a few naps in the Troopy while we explored the surroundings.
Currently raining here in Tasmania, and
We are inside our car, nice and cozy, boiling some eggs for sandwiches later on, make some tea. So, candle is on. Good morning.
this is our second day here, and we did camp last night at the motorhome at this reserve. She's really cool, quiet, but somehow the rain are insane. It was pouring crazy last night and quite pitch black, right?
It was very dark, yeah. No light pollution here, so it was very dark. We slept like babies. We woke up in the morning with a good coffee. Our next stop is Lake Chisholm, a serene spot surrounded by lush rainforests. This beautiful tranquil lake is perfect for a peaceful stroll or just soaking in the natural beauty of the area. This is the Lake Chisholm, and they explain here how this came about. So usually it's a sinkhole, but most of them are dry because all the water drains through the bottom to the groundwater. But this one got clogged, and therefore this water stays in there and accumulates after rain. And because it's so low in the landscape, it actually has a lot of warm water top and cold water on the bottom, which gives a extraordinary environment for different types of microorganisms. There are also platypus in here. At Samak Lookout you can see how past bushfires have shaped the landscape. While the fires have left their mark, they have also sparked new growth, creating a unique blend of regenerating vegetation and stunning views of the Tarkine wilderness. Our next stop is Marara, a peaceful coastal spot with beautiful ocean views. The campground here is really nice, so we decided to stay for a few nights and enjoy the calm, scenic surroundings. Tasmanian chicken thing. Nose pressed to the window. Laundry day at the campground. It looks like the whole Troopy wardrobe is hanging out to dry on the clotheslines. We walked from the campground to the Slaves Bay Conservation Area. Such a beautiful spot, but definitely watch your step. We almost had an encounter with a large venomous tiger snake, one of Tassie's local residents, while exploring. We explored the east coast, passing through Arthur River, and the edge of the world.
The Edge of the World comes from a poem about the rugged coastline near Arthur River, shaped by a fierce winds that blow across the ocean. Standing here, the nearest land is over 15 kilometers away in Argentina, the longest uninterrupted stretch of ocean on Earth.
Very Dutch.
Bread for life.
You see it in your Duolingo, right? Your first lessons. Ik eet een boterham. Next, we take the Corinna barge across the Pieman River, a charming ferry ride that connects us to even more remote corners of Tasmania's wilderness. It's a unique and peaceful way to travel, offering stunning views as we cross its pristine waterway. Strahan is also home to the award-winning Gordon River Cruise, which offers an incredible way to experience Tasmania's wilderness. However, since it's not dog-friendly and it takes up the entire day, we decided to skip it. Instead, we found one of the best free campgrounds of the island, tucked away with beautiful views in a perfect spot for a peaceful stay.
Lunch with the view.
Very warm here.
What's the temperature, I think? Around 12 or like 10, 12?
Our next stop is Queenstown, a small town with a rich mining history and a unique landscape shaped by its industrial past. Surrounded by dramatic mountains and striking views, Queenstown feels like stepping in another world, where nature and history collide.
And this is our Monday. We are just laying inside the car because it's raining.
It's cold everywhere in Tasmania, no? So the climate is just different. Yeah, it's just, we knew up front, right, that the weather was like this. So it's not too bad actually, because we are surviving without a heater. We were thinking to buy a heater or not, but we didn't need one. We have taken a shower still every day, even though it's below 10 degrees, with cold water.
Yeah.
I think we are doing pretty well. We're just relaxing here now and thinking about all the life choices that we have to make while our Bouddi is sleeping.
Yeah, speaking of Bouddi, yesterday I fed him with chicken neck and he accidentally bite my finger, which is really painful until now. So it's quite a big bite though. So
One of the highlights in Queenstown is the Iron Blow Lookout. From here you get an impressive view of the historic mining site and the surrounding mountains. It's a fascinating spot to learn about the area's mining history while taking in some breathtaking views. Next we head to Tulla, a charming little town nestled by Lake Roseberry. We were lucky enough to find an amazingly beautiful campground right by the lake. Surrounded by stunning forests and mountains, definitely a peaceful spot to relax and enjoy the serene landscape. Definitely one of the camps we can highly recommend, but you need to be lucky as there's just space for one van. From our campsite at Lake Roseberry, we hiked all the way to the summit of Mount Farrell, which is dog friendly, a perfect alternative for us since we've already explored Cradle Mountains a few years ago. The hike offered stunning views and was a great way to enjoy Tasmania's wilderness. Since Bouddi's legs are a bit too small to keep up with the long hikes, we always bring a carry bag to make sure he's comfortable along the way. Here is Bouddi living his best life in the carry bag, hanging out like a hammock in the tree while we take a rest. Talk about taking chill to a whole new level.
We made it to the summit.
Yay!
Yay! Including this little one.
As we journey through Tasmania, we are reminded that the best adventures aren't always the ones we plan. They are the ones that unfold along the way. Every twist in the road brings new sights, new memories, and a deeper connection to this beautiful world. Here's to the next chapter. That's a wrap on episode 1 in Tasmania. So far, Bouddi's top highlights: comfy car naps, great smells, absolutely no interest in the penguins, and an impressive dedication to sampling every type of animal poo he could find. See you in the next one.